Hi guys, Legend of Old Wonder Woman here once again. Bringing you another movie review. Wonder Woman 1984. Wonder Woman 2, yo. Just watched it. Me and my mum just watched it. Hey. So good. So good, man. Oh my days. I liked it better than the first, I'm gonna lie. Me and mum was like, wait a second. This is better than the first. And I was like, yeah, it is. I was surprised. I was like, yeah, it is. Because I'm not a person who likes to get swayed by other reviews and that. But I was like, he was getting hammered by certain people. And I was like, I'm going to watch it for myself. So I was going to put it on for my mum and I said, hey, let's check it out. So we did and we loved it. But before I get into any more about this, a spoiler review. By the way, if you guys haven't heard, it's in the title. You know what I mean? Make it known. People go a bit crazy about, oh, you didn't tell me it was a spoiler review. Well, I'm telling you now. Before we do that, thumbs video up, which helps the channel a lot. So a lot of people ain't thumbsing the video up. So thumbs video up, share the video, which helps as well. So there's a lot of avenues where you can help the channel. Subscribe, which is the main one. Subscribe to the legacy, become part of the movement and notification gang. There we go. Press that bell so I'm in your inbox all day, every day. As soon as I drop a video, and put them comments in the comment section down below. As always, I love replying to you guys. So before I do a quick jump in, gotta do my quick plugs, you know what I'm saying, before I start. So I'll do a group thing with some friends of mine called Ben, Tom and Dan. So we do something called Square Eye Syndrome, where we review TV shows from every part of the continent. Doesn't really matter where. Obviously we're all English guys, but we're gonna do English stuff. But at the same time, I'm multi diverse, so I can do anything, any show. But yeah, so we review the shows, we break them down, we make people try and watch these shows who haven't seen anything before, and yeah, so that's what we do over there. So hey, check us out over there. So let's get back to Wonder Woman. Yeah, so let's do it. So this movie was it's colourful, it was vibrant. The story was pretty solid. Stuff happened in it when I was like, I don't know about that, but at the same time, it all fell into place in the right moments. Very well acted. Oh, Pedro Pascal, my gosh, that guy stole the show, man. That obviously, Gal, Chris Pine did their thing, you know, but Pedro Pascal, guys, Hans Zimmer doing his thing with the music, bro. That score is savage. I respect it. That score is amazing. Or Kristen Wiig. Oh my, Christian. I had to forget about Kristen Wiig. Kristen Wiig. Woo wee. Talk about fire. Kristen Wiig in them outfits. My gosh, she looked amazing, and her acting is always stellar. You know what I'm saying? When she's on point, Kristen Wiig is on point. When she's given a good script. So I can never, I never disrespect Kristen Wiig. I've always been a fan of her work, regardless. So yeah, so Kristen Wiig, Pedro Pascal, Chris Pine, Gadot. Hey, Patty Jenkins. Shout out to Patty Jenkins with another banger. You know what I'm saying? Woo! Hey, I'm hearing rumblings about Wonder Woman 3 as well, apparently. So we're hearing rumblings about that. So I know, let's see where that goes. But as of right now, let's jump into the sequel of Wonder Woman 1984. Yes, my little intro right there. Sorry about that. But yeah, let's break it down. So basically, it kicks off about the mascara. You know what I'm saying, with Diane's in the child form again. After the little flashback, where she's doing some multi-stage athletic competition with the rest of the Amazons, the adults, with overseen by Queen Hippolyta. The mom, she's just chilling out, just like sitting on the throne, seeing how these Olympic Games are going on. So Diana rocks up there. They run at this kind of pendulum thing. They go up there. She kind of slides down, does a little bit of dodging, a little bit of weaving. She's very small and wiry, so she can kind of get through certain places where the adults really can't. You have to go the long way around. They do more the water sports. They have to jump into the water, swim to get to the horses. So it's all that sounds like triathlon, heptathlon, that kind of thing. A multi-event participation, stuff like that. And plus they have to get like an arrow where they have to shoot this little disc thing where they have to shoot their color, and the flag gets further and further down. The lower the flag goes, basically that means that you're winning. Basically, the lowest flag wins. So, at some point, Diana's in the lead, and she's looking back. She's showing off. She's like feeling herself way too much. And at this point, I'm like, yep, something's gonna happen to her. It's too easy. She's winning way too easy. Tree branch hits her in the face because she weren't looking where she was going. Falls off the horse. Horse runs off. At this point, it's like, oh my god, she's lost. I was like, yeah, she's lost. All of a sudden, she sees there's this kind of like shortcut down a slope. She goes through there, and this is what some people probably miss. She misses one of the checkpoints, and they all reach round towards the end, and where they have to shoot the arrow through this hole. It's like Harry Potter in a way. It's like you have to shoot the arrow through the hole, through this hoop. And she was just about to shoot the arrows, and is her name Antiope? I think that's her name. The auntie grabs her like, where you going? Grabs her off the horse, and literally just like, yeah, you ain't winning this. So then this one of the other Amazons won the match. So I was like, yo, Dan was like, what are you doing? Like, I was gonna win. Antiope's like, no, you cheated. No true hero is born from lies. That's what quote that she says. Gives her a lecture on just basically being yourself. Basically be true to yourself. Don't lie. Don't cheat. Basically saying that's basically teaching her the ways of not to cheat. Which is the kind of theme through this movie towards the end as well, which we'll get to. No true hero is born from lies. That's sinking. So yes, and it jumps to 1984, 66 years after the first film, so it's like a little jump there. So Diana's working as some senior anthropologist, like she deals with all these artifacts and stuff like that, old school stuff. Obviously, she's ancient herself in a way. At some place called Smithsonian Institute in Washington DC. So yeah, so she specializes in ancient Mediterranean civilizations, the old school stuff. And in the meantime, she's literally just fighting crimes because she goes to this mall. There's a mall scene. Obviously, they have to show a mall. It's the 80s. Yeah, come on now, it's 1984. And literally, this woman's about to jog across the road, about to get run over by these goons. So she kicks the car over, saves this woman, and there's a thievery that's about to be happening. So these three guys are stealing jewelry, which is not really true. You find out in the middle of the movie, but at first sight, it's basically they're in a jewelry store, they're stealing stuff, and this guy grabs a kid, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I won't go back there. I won't go back there." I'm like, "Bro, if you kill a kid, you're going back in there, but you're getting a death penalty, bro. So you're gonna be worse for you. So if you want to go back in there, you're gonna go back in there regardless, because you're an idiot." You know what I mean? But that's the only drawback I say this movie, where all the flipping dudes are idiots, except for Chris Pratt. He's the only literally one. And he's the only one in this movie was just like, what is good. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, let's go back into the beginning. And so these three guys, they get caught by Diana. Diana's just basically posing, flexing on these guys, showing off. The roll slide came back. I've always called that slide that she does, the roll slide. That's what I call it. Because there was this movie a while back, this werewolf movie, where this werewolf guy was royalty. I can't remember what it's called. The guy from Dawson's Creek, he stars it, and he was like this royalty. He's like, I'm royalty. And it's like a split step slide. It was mad. I was like, there's the royal slide. I always called it the royal slide because I just called it that. But yeah, she did a royal slide. Took these guys out, threw them down onto the into a car. Cops picked them up. So yes, that was her duty for the day. But as we see, Diana's just literally feels alone. Seeing those people going out on dates, or just going out in general with their family members, or just going out with friends. She's kind of by herself. She doesn't really associate with anybody else, really. She's either fighting crime or just at home chilling, or working. So yeah. So she meets this new employee, Kristen Wiig's character, Barbara Ann Minerva. So we just call her Barbara. Mostly people just call her Barbara. She's basically this bumbling idiot. Well, she's not an idiot, but she's a genius. But in terms of like social skills, she's terrible. She's always dropping stuff, the cliche high school stuff. Oh my god, that kind of thing. You know, saying dropping books everywhere, people knocking stuff out their hands, that kind of trash. So yeah, so basically Diana sees her, and Barbara's kind of enamored with Diana, as you would expect. He idolizes her. I envy you, Diana. That kind of thing. But at the same time, they have this artifact. It's like a stone. It's got Latin writing on it, and it kind of translates to like a wish type of thing. I don't know what it actually translated to, what it actually said, but something to do with wishes. It's like a monkey's paw type thing. And as you know, anything in Latin is not good. That's what the movies and TV shows have taught us. Anything that you've learned in your life, anything Latin is not good, bro. It's not good. The Dream Stone, apparently is what they call it. So Diana touches it, and all you see is a little gust of wind pass through her hair. And I'm like, wait a second. Did she just make a wish? Because this guy, literally, there was a guy who worked there with Diana and Barbara. And he goes, yeah, I wish I had a cup of coffee. And he got a cup of coffee straight away, and as soon as he touched the stone. And I was like, wait, that was like, it actually worked. And then Diana did it, and she was like, I think, you know, deep down, she was basically wishing Steve Trevor back to life. So, as you would expect, Steve Trevor comes back to life, but not in the way you guys think. So, he basically inhabits another guy's body. It's another guy's face. So yeah. So at this point, Barbara's walking home. She's going through the park late at night. I don't know what the heck she's doing in the park late at night. What is going on? I'm like, really? And the person that she is as well, she's going through the park at night. That spells trouble. So there's this guy, drunk guy's like, hey, I'm gonna try to help you. Want to help you go home? Huh? The usual drunk stuff. And she's like, nah, I'm good. I'm going home. I'm safe. I'm cool. She starts to speed up, and he just grabs her. So at this point, Dan just slipping super speeds, quick steps, like push this guy, goes flying like a mile away. So yeah, so then she goes, yeah, just passing through those ones. And Barbara's like, how the heck did you do that? So yeah, so that's the end of that scene. So, but at the same time, Barbara kind of makes this wish. So she wants to be like Diana. And then that's the beginning of the end of that friendship at this point. But yeah, so it passes that. So basically, Maxwell Lord shows up. Pedro Pascal, this businessman, this TV personality, if you will. You see him throughout the start of the movie as well. You see him on TV screen saying, "Yes, you," that kind of thing. You know what I mean? The kind of, obviously, the TV personality guy, the guy that's going to try and sell you stuff. He's the salesman. So he visits like the place where Diana works at and Barbara works at, the Smithsonian artifact place. So then he, as we know at this point, he's after something. He friends up Barbara. I was like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. We should go out sometime. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. This guy's as this wealthy donor goes out and donate to this artifact place, this Mediterranean civilizations. You know what I'm saying? But later on that we know this guy's broke, bro. This guy's broke. But so that's why he's after the Dreamstone, because he wants the power that he was sought after for so many years, and the respect. You know what I'm saying? The money. He wants everything that goes with it. So at this point, Max, he's going around Barbara. He's seducing her, man. It was just this gala that happened. So he gets round it. He finds Barbara. It's like he singles her out. He's like, okay, let me just get around Barbara real quick and just grab the stone real quick and just do my spell and I'm good. So he gets around there, kisses her up a few times. At one point, he gives her a kiss and just throws her to the side. It's like, what a beautiful artifact. I'm like, what the heck? Man, Pedro Pascal was the man for it. Max Lord is a savage, bro. But I love this character. Pedro Pascal is the man in this whole movie, bro. But yeah, he gets the stone. He gets around there. But at the same time, he wishes to become the embodiment of the stone. He goes, I want to be the stone itself. I'm like, what the? I'm like, how are you gonna? Wait, I was like, how's that gonna work? And really, I'd think to myself, that would be a dumb wish, because if you actually become the stone, what if you actually get trapped in the stone like a genie? So that would be the whole purpose of what you're trying to do. So that could have easily backfired. If that was the Wishmaster, he would have been he would have been stuffed into that stone like a genie. Fam. What would happen? He's glad that wasn't Wishmaster, bro. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? If anyone's seen the movie Wishmaster, you know what I'm talking about. That wish could get turned ugly quick. So, getting off Wishmaster. So yeah, so he basically gains the ability to grant anything anyone desires. And basically take it for himself as well. He's kind of found like a loophole where he can grant wishes but take the everything that comes with their wish into himself. It's a weird one how they've done it, but it was smart how they did it. Like yeah. You get, what do you wish for? It has to be through physical touch as well. From the start of the movie until towards the end, where you can kind of get it through TV screens and through satellite. And I was like, that was kind of a stretch, but I guess the more powerful he became, you could reach people. I guess you could stretch that far, but at the same time I was like, how's that working? You got to touch hands, and then first it was touching hands, and all of a sudden he branched out to just visual sight, just by looking at people, or just through a broadcast. I was like, okay, it's a stretch, but I'll go with it. So yeah. So at this point, he's the stone. He's giving out wishes. He's going to all these high people. He's getting oil money. He's going to the president. This guy, and the thing is, this guy's suffering too. At the same time, this guy is literally suffering. So, but in the meantime, all this is happening. Steve Trevor and Diana, they're kind of getting close again, getting used to each other. But at the same time, Steve Trevor's kind of like, I don't know, man. I can't really be here. He wants to be there, but at the same time, he knows it's in somebody else's body, so he's kind of coherent at this point. He knows what's going on. He's pretty clued up. He's like, I can't stay here forever in this guy's body. I can't do it. But Dan's just like, yeah, I will find another way to do it, because at this point, chaos is happening. Bomb missiles are going off. Flipping bridges are being built. Like Attack on Titan bridges are being built across countries and that. It was mad. But so yeah, basically, Dan and Steve goes to run down Maxwell Lord in I think there was in where were they? I think it was in Cairo. So he runs down there. He ran down there to stop him, because he controls all these guards now, all the spells that he can do. So he's controlling everyone, and it's a cool little action scene happens where they're basically chasing down tanks. Steve Trevor's putting in work as well, helping out Diana. Diana's weak now, apparently. She's more mortal. She's getting more mortal as time's going on, because of as long as Steve Trevor exists, the weaker she's becoming. So she gets shot, but at some point she's bleeding. She's like, what the heck is going on? I'm getting shot. I'm like, what the heck? She's even getting slower as well. The speed's not there. The strength isn't there. So yeah. So what happened next? I'm trying to think. Yeah. So at this point, they get to, I can't remember. I think this is the point where he's trying to get to the president. I think it was. I think that was the point. Wait, we went to the president. No, before that, Barbara meets the guy. I almost forgot about this part. Barbara meets the guy who had her up in the park. So at this point, Barbara's getting stronger. Everyone's starting to gravitate to her. She's getting more popular. Her reflexes are off the charts at this point. She's jumping on chairs like with one foot in that, dodging janitors out here. So yeah, she just literally kicks this guy almost to death. This guy was dying, but the guy was about to die until there's a black guy who's always poor black guy in the park. who Barbara always talks to when she walks through the park. He's like, "What are you doing, Barbara?" And she goes, "None of your business," and walks off. You can tell her personality's about to change now. She's getting triggered quite easily now, because she thinks she's the stuff now. She thinks she is it at this point. But then Diana calls Barbara and said, "Hey, I need your help. We need to track down this stone, or what the heck this stone is. Like, and who's got the stone? Because we know Maxwell's got the stone, but what's going on?" So then they reach this guy, this Mayan descendant. He breaks down of what the Dreamstone is and what it did to his people. So basically, anyone who's interacted or used the stone, civilization has literally ceased to exist in that part of the world. So a great catastrophe happens when this stone is used. So it's created by something called Dolos, the god of lies. So literally, I'm looking at it right now when I'm talking to you guys. Dolos, the actual. So apparently it's in Greek DC Comics. The Duke of Deception. So it's a demigod of deceit and manipulation. Also, it's a DC character. Okay. It knows Dolos is the DC. So it's a DC character that they've shoved in here. It knows a DC character. I gotta do some research, but yeah. So Dolos is a character in this movie. God of Lies. He's one of these basically treachery, deception, mischief. He's the low key. It looks like it's the low key of DC. It looks like in Wonder Woman's universe. So the stone grants a user their wish, but exacts a toll. When the bell tolls, if you know what I mean, there's always a price. Something has to be exchanged. It's like Full Metal Alchemist. Anyone's an anime or manga reader knows about everything you do has a price. Once upon a time, Rumpelstiltskin, everything comes with a price. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. Everything has a price. Something has to be exchanged to get your wish, or to keep your wish ongoing. So the only way to reverse the exchange is by renouncing the wish or destroying the stone itself, which is Maxwell Lord. You have to kill Maxwell Lord to stop it, or renounce the wish. One of the two has to happen. So Steve literally realizes this, and his existence comes at the cost of Diana's power, and he's like, "Oh man, you gotta let me go." And he's like, nah, this ain't happening, bruh. So then Barbara's like, "Hell no, I ain't giving up my power. Yo, you crazy? Are you mad?" You know what I'm saying? She's like, "Nah, bruh, it ain't happening, bruh." So at this point, Barbara's just like, she's got a full-on bodyguard for Maxwell Lord, bro. This feats she's gone full-on bodyguard. Trust me. At this point, she rocks up in the Senate, like in the building where the president and stuff is. Yeah, he's just like, because Diana and Steve went to go get Maxwell Lord to stop him because he's got his guards and that. And Barbara's like, push my bah. We'll see some palm fists come out of nowhere. You're like, what the heck is this? Some Neji character. Like, boom, palm strike. You know what I'm saying? Gentle fist. You know what I'm saying? So literally, gentle fist is like 10 people at the same time. These guards got flipping wrecked. With speed of crazy. So our speeds increase, our powers increase. You know what I'm saying? The senses are off the charts. You know what I'm saying? Acrobatic skills on 10, on maximum levels. So Diana's just getting wrecked this whole entire time. She's getting bodied. She's like, "Barbara, no, you not know what you have done." You know what I'm saying? "Renounce the wish." You know what I'm saying? Those ones, yeah. You know, I'm doing the Diana voice, bro. "Renounce the wish." And Barbara's like, "Hell nah. Just leave me alone and I'll leave you alone, bro." You know what I'm saying? She's just like, yeah, I'm over here, you're over there. You don't touch this man. So she's like, go to Maxwell Lord. He disappears to exact his plans, you know. And Diana's just like, so Diana even like uses her bands at one time, you know, yeah. And literally, Barbara did some flipping Power Rangers jumping spin through the magic. It was mad. I was like, yo, that's epic. And she even uses the lasso of truth, which literally has no power over her anymore at this point. This lasso of truth is nothing to her. So yeah, so at this point, Diana and Steve regroup. They basically talk about this legendary Amazon called Esteria, and she had a golden armor which led their people to salvation, you know what I'm saying, from the world trying to overtake the Mascara, just kill the Amazons. But yeah, then that kind of comes into play later on, because literally Maxwell Lord, he's got a kid as well in this movie. He's got a child in this movie, and all he wants to do is spend time with his dad. But Maxwell Lord is just like, he's been called a loser by people who's backed his organization, and he hasn't fulfilled his end of the bargain. He's literally the loser dad. He doesn't want to be that, so that's where all this anger and animosity comes from. Well, his rise to power is so vital to him, and it trumps everything that he's been, you know what I'm saying, his kid wants. So he's just like, no, we need power. He's always saying to his kid, we need power, because he needs power. So that's what he always drums into his kid as well. Hey, you have to be the best, you have to be the greatest at what you do. And at this point I was like, Maxwell Lord at this point he had this empty building, like, you made it look like he had this massive amount of like personnel, and he had no one except for 2 secretaries, blonde secretaries. I was dying, I was cracking up. At the same time, I was sad for him. I was like, oh frick, this guy was lying all the time. Ultimate Combat. But so he rocks up to the president, shakes his hand, and goes, hey, what do you wish for? The guy goes, I want more missiles, blah 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 blah. He's like, yes, granted. And literally everything, he's having headaches, his ears are bleeding, his nose is bleeding, he's coughing up blood. Literally Maxwell's dying at this point. He literally goes, okay, I need satellites, I need to broadcast, I need to reach everyone at once. So that's when his broadcast to the world thing kind of happens right now. But this time Diana sees the chaos of the world is in ruins, cows, because cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria. You know what I'm saying? At this point, this Ghostbuster reference is pretty poignant right now, you know what I'm saying? So Diana renounces her wish. Steve Trevor is no more. He's gone back to the land of the dead. So Steve Trevor's gone. Diana's fully restored. So she rocks up. She's like, nah. She's like, it's about time. So literally, Diana starts floating at this point. She starts flying. I'm like, what? She starts riding the way, riding the clouds. I'm like, yo, this is epic. But yeah, I forgot about Steve Trevor's little plane ride. He's used to the 1980s, that kind of thing. But yeah, he's gone at this point. He has his little ride, you know what I'm saying, little plane ride of the modern technology, modern era, or in the 80s. He's had a good time, so he's out, you know what I'm saying, he's gone back to the land of dead. So Diana's like got this suit ready. She's like, yo, I'm about to wreck these guys, bro. It's time for these guys. I need to get stacked. So she used the golden armor. She rocks up there to go find Maxwell Lord. But little did she know, Barbara made another wish. She wanted to be the apex predator. You know what I'm saying? She wanted to be the best, the fastest, the strongest. You know what I'm saying? So she's transformed into a massive cheetah. She's a massive cat right now. Yo. She's that fur. I'm gonna lie, she looked good in that form. That form looked good. I'm gonna lie, I'm gonna front. That CGI was tight. I saw the trailer, I was like, ooh, but they made that look good in that movie. That when Diana set her eyes on flipping Barbara and Barbara clocked Diana, it was on from then on, bro. Barbara struck down, pow, 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 caught bare melee attacks, bro. Kick, strike. I was like, yo. So she was like a moving computer game, bro. Living computer game. It was mad. I was like, them combinations, like her armor was getting wrecked. I was like, my goodness, Diana could do nothing, bro. So she dropped the armor, straight model pose, and then literally I was like, she was fighting better without the wings. I was like, what is going on? I was like, the only thing I didn't like about that was like the wings and that, and I was like, oh, she was fighting better without the wings, but the wings are supposed to be added into the attack, you know what I'm saying, the archangel type thing going on, you know what I'm saying, and she drops the wings like, I was like, oh my days, and wings were trash. But yeah, she kind of handles the Barbara at this point, you know what I'm saying. Cheetah's getting handled at this point. She electrocutes her, and I'm like, oh my god, she electrocutes her. Electrocutes the heck out of her. As soon as they went to the war, Diana took over, because on the ground level, Diana was getting wrecked. As soon as we went to the war, I was like, yo, cats and water don't mesh well together, bro. But then when that electrocution happened, boom, I thought it was it for her. She was done. She was out for the rest of the movie after that. So then it was all the Maxwell Lord. Maxwell Lord just literally powered up, bro. He was like, "Give me all your energy." Straight spirit bomb mode, putting his arms up. Man thought he was in Tron or something. I was like, what the heck is going on? I was like, yes, granted. I'm like, man's just straight Wishmaster mode, like he was going some like ultimate power, like, and summoning spirits. And the way he did it is just like, I thought I was watching like a Ghostbusters villain, so it felt like, I was like, yo, it's epic. Man was like turned to Vigo. I was basically half expecting someone to go, yes, Vigo, yes. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Maxwell, yes. That's what I thought was going to happen at this point. Someone just like worshipping him at this point. But no one was. But I was dreaming. But yes, Diana tried to get to him, couldn't touch him. His lasso of truth couldn't even touch him. And then literally he was trying to spin it. Boom, no effect. Maxwell Lord just had his hand out, just repelling everything Diana was doing. She was sat in the corner, trapped. Said he was granting all his wishes, but at the same time, Diana just started doing a monologue, a tirade. She was almost like she was talking to Max, and Max was just like, "Why would I listen to you?" And then she was like, "No, I ain't listening to you. I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to all the people." And I was like, and all of a sudden he had the lasso of truth around his leg. I was like, how? The lasso of truth couldn't touch him before. All of a sudden it went up, it moved itself onto his lip, and I was like, what is it? Oh my gosh! I was like, all of a sudden that was kind of a loophole. All of a sudden the lasso became sentient and attached itself to his leg. But even then, nothing could touch him. He was in a force field. So he looked like. All of a sudden he wrapped around his leg. I was like, out of reach. I was like, they could have done that a better way, you know what I'm saying? They could have ended that a bit better in terms of like getting her to transmit across the world. She could have just went into herself and was like, truth and light, you know what I'm saying? Did like a spell or something. There's some kind of magic. That makes sense. But that's the kind of time I thought she could have used some kind of magic. She is a part god after all. She's a demigod. So I guess, you know what I'm saying, after all the years she's been around, at least she could have learned some kind of magic, some kind of spell or spells or something, you know what I mean? But or some kind of Greek spells. Yes, that happened. She found a way to broadcast to people to renounce their wishes. So people started to renounce wishes, but at the same time, Max still had power. So yeah, it was all down to him. And he was like, because his son was running around trying to find him, like, Daddy. And then all of a sudden, missiles went off, and they're about to crash down on where his son is. And he's like, nah, this ain't happening, bruh. Nah. So then he goes, I renounce my wish, and runs off. And that's the end of that. Because she kind of goes, be a hero. Save your son. And I was like, damn. She gave him the talk no jutsu, you know. So then he runs off, goes to find his son, hugs him, and that's the end of his arc. Cheetah goes back to normal because she renounces her wish, and basically the whole world starts to renounce their wishes. So that's the end of that. So see, Maxwell back to normal was a wrap. So the god of lies got defeated, Dolos got defeated, and everything went back to normal at the end. So Dan is kind of saying, "Oh, I'm back to my lonesome again, walking around." You never see Barbara again or Maxwell Lord because he's got his son, so they kind of part ways with those characters. It's just that it focuses on Dan at the ending. So then the guy who was inhabited by Steve rocks up next to Dan, and they start talking. And he goes, "Happy Christmas," walks off. So that was the end of that, and they do a little clip, little end credit scene with Wonder Woman 1984, where the original Diana, the original, yo, Wonder Woman saves someone at the end, and she goes, what's your name? She goes, my name's Astera. So Asteria, is it Astera? Yeah, Asteria. So then in this, she's the ancient warrior that saved the mascara. So then they kind of tie her in that she's the actual ancient warrior, the green eyes, you know what I'm saying? And with the golden wings, it's her armor that she used, that she damaged, that she wrecked. But yeah, so that's how the movie ends, you know what I'm saying? she's living among us. You know what I'm saying? That's what she's doing. Asteria's. I was wondering because they even had a little scene of Chris and Chris Pine and Gal Gadot talking about Asteria being alive in the modern day. So they just showed it at the end just to say that. Yeah, just give you a little Easter egg there at the end. So yeah, so I love this movie, man. Wonder Woman 1984. I can honestly say better than the first movie. I can honestly say that. Really good. Solid. Thumbs up from me, man. 2 thumbs up. Yeah, it's a W. It's a W. So I can say so. It's a win. It's a win. So yeah. Hey, I loved it, man. Anyone who's like, listen to this movie, man. Hey, I loved it. I loved it. Obviously, there were holes. There were plot holes there in certain parts of the movie. But come on now. That Cheetah scene, bro. That Cheetah scene was tight. The way Maxwell Lord just went off looking possessed. I loved it. I was like, yo, granted. I love Genie's storylines, bro. I went through Genie's and Jin's. It was like a flipping Jin. That's what it turned into, bro. Man was about to be possessed by a Jin. It was epic. So, yeah. Tell me you guys think in the comment section down below. Thumbs the video up, guys. You know, come on. Spread this around. Share it. Subscribe to the channel. The usual stuff, man. Instagram. Twitter's where you're going to find your boy mostly. You know what I'm saying? Legend of Old 101. That's where you're going to find me and my tag. And press that notification bell. I'm in your inbox all day, every day. And stay safe wherever you are in these streets. It's Legend of Old 101 signing out. Peace. Wonder Woman.